Hello everybody and welcome to another cooking video. I finally got one of these beasts, a crock pot. Never used it before, so this is going to be a brand new experience, and I decided to use it with a pretty complicated recipe. Well, I wouldn't say complicated, but it's not a one ingredient. As you can see, lots of vegetables here. So this is going to be a curried vegetable. So we are starting with slicing our onion. So the onion is going to be chopped. And I usually go between 2 knives just because it's convenient for me to do the peeling. With a smaller knife. And I'm going to use an extra pad right here, cutting board that is transferable, but in the meantime, I'm supposed to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil into this buddy. So I'm going to use avocado oil this time, and have my measuring spoons right here. So we're going to measure 1 tablespoon, which is pretty generous, and put in here. And I already pre-washed it. Okay, we don't need this. And I will put this in here. Okay. So then we need to chop these. I know there are better ways to chop onions. I tried them. I'm not sure I like them very much. Alternative options, so I use my onion. And no, I have not cut myself yet. I really don't intend to. But, and the reason is I use pretty sharp knives. Not that these knives are great or anything, but I sharpen them very frequently. Okay, let's put this in here and do the other side. Now, I'm also going to add a couple of things that are not part of the recipe just because I want to. Mostly additional vegetables. So, alright. So now the instructions say that I add onion, saute 5 minutes. And press brown, saute on crock pot. Right, let's see if I can find brown saute. Okay, I need 5 minutes, right? I'm gonna do 6. Right? Oh, and it's working. Fancy equipment. Okay. While it's doing that, I'm supposed to add potato. So let's go ahead and peel some potato. Okay. Actually, I'll need to peel potato and my carrots that are not part of the recipe, but I like carrots, so. And I have extra. Okay. carrot number 1, and I'll do the carrot number 2 as well. Again, it's probably going to be a lot of carrots, but I just like the texture. I'll also see how much this crock pot thing can fit. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the ends. And these are great for composting. Alright, so let's do the small one first. The small one, I'm just going to cut it into I think it's heating up. Yep. Feeling something, and I hear evaporation of water because I just washed it. Okay, so these are fine. I'm actually going to add them together with the onions. But this big buddy, I'm going to cut in half. Like that. Maybe even a little bit more. Like that. And just do the same thing. I'm not cutting very thin because I know that they will stay in this crock pot for a while. Okay, you can hear it sizzling. Going to get my wooden spatula and kind of mix it all around since I don't know what's happening yet. It's not very visible. Okay, so the next thing is peeling the potato. I chose a sweet potato. It looked attractive to me today in the grocery store. Okay. Says status 3 bars. Don't know what that means, but okay. So the potato you're supposed to cut into 1/2-inch cubes. Alright. I'm not very familiar with 1/2-inch. Just kidding. Okay. This should be fine. It's getting a tough one. This one doesn't want to. But maybe I'll get this. I'll take the smaller and cut it this way. Okay. Alright, and then cube it. I'm gonna do something like this. Let's stick it in there as well. Look how pretty this is. You know, something about sweet potatoes that is fascinating to me. And we didn't have sweet potatoes where I grew up. So the first time I tried it, I actually really didn't like it. Because to me, it tastes like dessert. Alright, things are happening there, so then I need to add my eggplant. Eggplant cut also into half-inch cubes. I know some people like to cover the eggplant in salt to get rid of that bitterness. But for this purpose, I don't think it's something I want to do. Besides, bitterness can add to the flavor sometimes, and the recipe doesn't call for it either. So, okay. Oh, some are escaping. Okay. It's getting full. Fuller. That's okay though. Okay, so that's eggplant. I need zucchini. Same deal. And I already pre-washed this. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it lengthwise. And then one more time. Each one of them. I'm going to collect them and just cut it this way. And it should be good enough size-wise. Besides, zucchini are so tender. Even if they're bigger in size, I think they'll be fine. They might retain a little bit more of the shape. Okay. Oops. Okay. Mixing things up and alright. So then I need 1 can of diced tomatoes. Now, I don't have that. I have these delicious peeled tomatoes. I got them at Costco a while ago. I'm going to use half of that. That should be sufficient. He loves canned food because he thinks it's tuna. Okay. Okay, so next thing, I'm gonna add this can of chickpeas. Now, typically I would rinse it, but I'm not going to because it has some sea salt in it, and I'm okay with that. Ah, perfect. Mixing it up. Quite a few vegetables, so I think I'm going to skip this. But well, let's see now. I need to add the chickpeas broth. So the broth, I'm not going to use the broth I'm going to use regular water, and it calls for 1.5 cups. So let's do that. I have my filtered water right here, and I'm going to have one, and I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay. And now I need to get all my spices. So that's the exciting part, actually. I have a ton of spices. And so this recipe calls for something like tapioca. I don't have that. So we'll move on to the next one. So we've got, I don't think it needs turmeric. Cumin, no. But it does need ginger. Ginger we need a teaspoon. All right. Teaspoon of that. Then we need curry powder. Here, and for curry you need 2 teaspoons. I don't care about cross-contamination, so I'm going to dig into it and add 2 generous teaspoons. I need 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay, all right, and then I need some black pepper. Black pepper. Okay, let's mix this all together. Looks like nice liquidity here. I feel like it's missing something, so I am going to add. What can I add? I want a little bit of garam masala. I know it's not really traditional, but I'd like to add some. Alright. You just have to smell all the smells that are happening here. Okay. So, I think this is it. What a mess, right? The next thing is cancel this. Well, actually, no. It says press for secure lid. Okay. I'm going to secure lid. Steam valve. Looks fine. Alright, so close this. Exciting. Then it says press beans chili. Okay, I need to cancel this, right? Okay. Beans chili. And make sure if the valve is in closed position. How do I know that? I don't know. I think that's it. All right, and press start stop, and that's it. Okay, let's start stop. There we go. Exciting. So we'll see what we get after this. All right, something was steaming out of this. There's a steam valve, I guess, and it's supposed to be closed position. I'm not sure really how to close it, but so steam was coming out from here. So, but I pushed it down with my trusty spatula, and it stopped. So we'll see what happens. Latest development. Now it looks like it heated up. Now it started counting down from 20. And there's a status 5 little thingies lit up. 19 minutes left. No steam coming out, so we'll see. Interesting. All right, we are finished. I pressed the cancel button, stop button rather. So now, I think, no, it doesn't open. So maybe there's a need to open. Yes. Now it has to, the steam, that's how you open and close the valve apparently. So let's see what happens. But I'm gonna put it away from my cabinet. Even more. Still, you can still see steam coming out from the valve, but it's very slightly. There we go. All right. Almost done. Just a little bit coming out. And it's quieting down. All right. This is good. Almost all the steam has escaped. Yep. That's it. All right. Well, good. Now let's position it. I'm kind of scared opening it up, but I think it's good. Uh-huh. Ooh. Okay. Let's take a look. Okay, that's what it looks like. Not much light here. Actually, I'm going to turn on the light. There it is. Okay. It's a little bit more soupy than I expected it to be. But that's not bad. But it smells amazing. I think it's the tomatoes. Had a lot of liquid. Is it cooked? Let's see. I think this is a potato. Yeah, perfectly soft. So this, I think I need some kind of a rice or something like that to pour this onto. But this looks amazing. Well, there you go. Now we are eating. I made some buckwheat in the crock pot as well and came out fantastic. Let's scoop it a little bit out. If you don't know, buckwheat is a, I think, even higher in protein than quinoa. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. But, so I'm gonna add a little bit of this. And now I also added a bit of frozen vegetables to it. You're supposed to add peas, but I added a mixture of vegetables, including corn, so that's why you're seeing a little bit more than you saw before. Oh, this looks amazing. Okay. And this is the outcome of this. You can see it a little bit through the glass as well. Delicious.